first guest has appeared in the films Boogie Nights, Magnolia, and The Perfect Storm. Beginning tomorrow, you can see him with Jennifer Aniston in The Good Girl. Please welcome John C. Reilly. I gotta say, you're in a lot of movies that I really like, and I can't say that to many actors. Because a lot of them are like, they'll be in a really good movie, and then they're in 4 movies where them and a dog are solving crime. And those are good, but I have to say, you choose your roles, I think, very well.
Well, it's nice to have people notice, because I agonize a lot about the stuff that I choose, yeah.
Now, you got 4 movies this year.
Yeah, 4 coming out still, yeah.
That's insane. That's madness.
Yeah.
You should stop. You should slow down. No, 4 movies in 1 year. I think a lot of people, when they see actors doing movies, they think, well, that must be fun. I'm sure some of it is, but you got to be away from home a lot. How do you see your family when you're doing 4 movies?
Well, I usually try to bring them with, you know, but yeah, that's a really hard part of the job. It's just the gypsy life. That one time I was going with taking my son with me to location, one of them, and I got on the plane, and he was small enough that he could sit with me in the seat.
Wouldn't spring for 2 seats, would you?
I was paying. Yeah, I was paying. When other people pay, I need 5 tickets.
Yeah. My son likes to stretch out. Yeah. I want to put my wallet on 1 seat.
My guitar.
Yeah.
No, so I got on the plane, and this flight attendants right away were like, oh, hello, sir. Yes, we'll sit down, sit down. And they said, well, I don't know if you know what the in-flight movie is. And I said, no, what is it? And they said, it's The Perfect Storm. Thinking like...
That you love to watch your own movie.
Yeah, oh, great, all me, great, you know. And of course, the first thing I thought was like, I have my 3-year-old son with me. I think it's a little early to expose him to his father dying at sea, you know, so to me, it was like a huge chore. Like, okay, great, got to distract the kid the whole flight. All right. So I'm sitting there with him like, hey, buddy, and we're playing. He's sitting in my lap.
What? What is that?
I don't know, whatever you do on a plane. You have to be strapped in, so you just go, ah.
I'm not a dad yet, but I hope I can do better than that.
You know, in-flight magazine. Woo!
Right.
You know. And so I was distracting him pretty well, but eventually I got, you know, bored of it or whatever. He seemed calm and didn't seem to be looking at the movie, so I didn't sweat it. And I looked away for a second and started looking at some of that scintillating in-flight reading. And I looked back, and he's staring at the screen. And I looked to see what it was, and it's the scene when I'm saying goodbye to my son in the movie. And I had this little blonde kid. I don't know where they got that kid. He looked nothing like me, but this beautiful little blonde, blonde-haired boy.
Yeah, it was a punk bar. Yeah.
You get the idea. Anyway, so he's staring at it like just trembling, you know, because he hasn't seen me in movies that much at that point at all. Anyway, most of my movies are R-rated, so. Right. And so he looks back at me and he's like, Daddy, that's you. And I was like, yeah, anyway, woo! Yeah. And he goes, Daddy, who is that boy? And I swear, it was such a horrible moment. It was like being busted by your girlfriend for cheating on her. Yeah. And I was like, oh, but that boy is just, he's playing pretend. You know, it was just a fling. It means nothing. You know? I love you, buddy.
That's hilarious. Poor kid.
Well, luckily, you know, then I really got back into distracting him, so when the drowning thing happened, he wasn't looking.
Right, yeah,
luckily,
you don't want him to see that. Yeah.
We'll save that trauma for the teenage years.
Yeah. And then you can take him to see Boogie Nights.
It's about time you learned a few things, son.
Well, you're 16, son. It's time to go see me in Boogie Nights. Now, this
an elephant has a trunk? Well,
all right.
Anyway.
We were on a classy show. Oh, wait. No, we don't.
You said it was cram-packed full of goodies. So.
Listen, I'm just loose as a goose tonight. The Good Girl. Now, this movie stars you and Jennifer Aniston.
Yes, amongst many others.
Amongst many others. But I'm curious, did you know Jennifer Aniston before you made the movie? How does that work? Like, if you don't know the person, do Do you meet them when you're shooting the first scene? Do you meet them before?
Well, sometimes you have time for rehearsal, and unfortunately for the good girl, we didn't have any rehearsal. I mean, that works fine sometimes, but she was doing Friends and all this stuff, so we weren't able to meet until my first day. And unfortunately, in the movie, I play this guy. He's like this stoner house painter guy. He just sits on the couch all day. And me and Jennifer are trying to get pregnant, and we're having trouble. So we decide that I should go to a sperm clinic to have my sperm tested. And so the fine filmmakers who made the movie decided that would be a great scene to do for the first day, of me going to the sperm clinic and masturbating into a little cup.
Because they shoot movies out of sequence,
Yeah,
so that's
yeah.
where you start. That's your first scene, is you in a room
Exactly.
doing your business. Yeah.
My business. So we go to this place, this medical, it's a real medical facility, and we shoot it in a real bathroom. The bathroom is about 4 by 4. You know, I have just met Jennifer Aniston, just a second. I know Brad, too, from years ago, so I'm a little nervous, like, I got to play your husband, but I know your husband, and I'm married, and
Well, I bet that put everyone at ease.
I have that way with ladies.
Yeah. Oh, it's kind of funny, because then you're like, hey, look at this.
So I'm like, well, what am I going to do? That's the way the schedule is. I got to go and masturbate in front of Jennifer Aniston.
Because in the movie, she has to be there while you do it.
Yeah. Well, what happens is I go into the bathroom and I'm like having trouble. So I ask for her to come help me. So she comes in and I'm standing there and I ask her to hold the little specimen cup. And then I'm having more trouble and I say, can I hold your boob? So now I have to hold her boob. It's like, like I can see all the Friends people, the audience for Friends just like, ew. Why can't she be with Matthew Perry? That
They'll be
weirdo.
shouting that out in the theater.
Weirdo
Yeah.
from Boogie Nights. And it wasn't just masturbating. It was masturbating to conclusion, let's say. Okay? It was like they wanted the whole enchilada, let's say.
Wait, what's the other kind?
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
How many people start and then go, well, I'm going to finish this later. I got things to do. I just saw my Filofax on the table, and we have a clip here from The Good Girl before we completely run out of time. And what do we need to know for this scene?
This is the night before that scene, so luckily you won't have to experience my mock masturbation. But yeah, so this is like a little kind of quaint scene before we have to go to the sperm clinic.
All right, let's take a look at this clip from The Good Girl.
I'm nervous.
You're nervous. Why?
Because I got to go to that doctor tomorrow and into a cup. That's why. What if I can't do it?
You can do it.
You know, if you said you'd help me, I'd feel a lot less nervous. It's going to be on your lunch hour anyway.
Okay.
You didn't even say nothing about the TV being fixed.
Oh. Is it? Thanks.
You're welcome.
That's a good marriage. The Good Girl opens tomorrow in New York and Los Angeles. John C. Reilly, thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.
Fred Savage coming up. Stick around for Fred Savage. I'll be right back.